Babe, it's a Davenport. Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. And if you've been reading this book, you know what that line's from. Got an awesome unboxing for you today. Plus, we got a kind of a special guest to do the review portion. You already know it, Sean. But let's get right into this so we can get you into that review. So, returning for a third time, we have Grandma Chainsaw 3. We got a very special package, super dope. Show this first cover off. This is the Blood variant Kickstarter exclusive Brian Bolondo cover. Whoop, get it on the right side. Now, you're not going to be able to see this, but right around this area. No, you're not going to be able to see that. It says for Jason. If you watched our Grandma Chainsaw 2 unboxing, I believe, unfortunately, Colorist Jason passed away. So we've got somebody taking over for him. They're doing a tremendous job. We do miss Jason. This is a beautiful tribute to him. So yeah, that's the Blood variant Kickstarter exclusive. Now, I know we all love metals. The rest of the covers I'm going to show you are metal covers. Now, I couldn't find the actual pictures, so it's just going to be the regular covers, but these are all metal. So the next one we got is the metal cover A. Ooh, let me move it out of the way so I can pop the picture up. Oh, I love this so much. Let me... Right there. Before we get to the other ones, we do have some stuff in the back of this one. Ooh. Very dope print. It's very dark. It's probably going to be very hard to see. But there's a cabin. Yeah, there's too much reflection. Sorry, you can't see that. But that's really dope print. Then we have a Rabbit in a Hat series Grandma Chainsaw. One group of misfits, one grandma with a chainsaw. Super dope card there. Let's see on the side. Created by a Rabbit in a Hat series group. This is series 1. Art by Brian Bolondo and designed by Geek Collective. That's super dope. Alright, so the next metal cover we have is going to be the Kit Wallace cover. Like I said, I'll have that hanging up on the screen. Oh, I love metal covers. The covers themselves could just be art prints, metal art prints that you could just hang up on the wall. So, super dope. Then we have the cover C metal. This one was done by Kerry Salviejo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I am going to crack one of these open so I can tell you who worked on the book, of course. And the last metal we have is going to be the cover D metal from Ruben Moco or Mocho. I can never remember, and I really apologize for that. Check that one out. Oh, super dope. So let me open up one of these so I can tell you who worked on it. Grandma Chainsaw. Written by Alan Dunford and Will Radford. Art by Brian Bolondo. Colored by Kerry Salviejo. Lettered and designed by Dave Lentz. In memory of Jason Smith. So, and what a beautiful tribute to Jason. Y'all killed it. Super dope. So before I get too much more rambly, let's head over to Sean for the review.
All right, everyone. So, welcome to the review portion of the video. Uh, for anyone who maybe doesn't remember, Grandma Chainsaw number 2 was the best comic of 2023 as far as the list that I came up with was concerned. It was honestly, from the time I read it early in the year to the time I read it again when they finally released the physical copies, it was just that good. It was something that stuck with me. I had so much fun reading it. It was gory, it was hilarious, it was everything that I personally enjoy in a comic. So how do you follow that up? Well, you write issue 3. That's the best way to put it. This series is on fire. I love Pocus, I truly do. But something about Grandma Chainsaw for me has just captured my imagination, and that probably is why I liked another comic that's similar to it called Where Monsters Lie. But yeah, so where does issue 3 take place? Essentially, after book 2, we are now with our main 3 characters, which is of course Fury Chan and the 2 left from the original group. uh, they are now debating on if they want to go into the basement to see if everybody else is still alive. And of course, you still have the wacky talk from Fury Chan, the whole Inu, we need to focus on this and that, and it's hilarious because I'm at a point now where I can hear everything he says in my head, and I actually have a character at this point kind of develops. But nonetheless, he's basically trying to tell everybody we need to go down there and look for him. So of course they come down into the basement. The first thing you see is the headless body. I believe it's of Shadow Axe. And he sits there and again, Fury Chan with this whole, hopefully the Valkyrie's bosoms welcome them into the, heavens of Valhalla. And it's, and it's great. Some of this stuff that that Alan and Will have come up with. But yeah, so of course they find Shadow Axe, then they find her boyfriend. They go and they open another door, and you see Two Ton and the other member of the Dead Squad. He has kind of a hat on and everything. And they're like, "What are you doing in here?" Wondering, our colleagues are out there, and they tell them that the 2 of them are dead. And you kind of get this unexpected but yet expected at the same time reaction. They all kind of were like, yes. They're like, the 2 of them were so gross. And nonetheless, they had this little ha-ha moment, and then it's all right. Now let's get back to business. There, of course, Haley is just getting more and more pissed as this issue goes on because she is ready to get after Hazel at this point. I mean, she has made no bones about it. She wants to avenge everybody, including her lost girlfriend. So they're trying to figure out what to do next, and you see a door open, and I'm not really sure if it's the puppet master again or who it is, but somebody takes the last girl that's there with him and takes her into the room, and then all of a sudden you start hearing what sounds like a fight scene through the door. This is again where I credit Dave with he comes up with the noises to make it much more 3D and a lot more fun. And Fury Chan is like, yes, another sound thrashing by a member of the Dead Squad. And of course, Haley and her brother are like, I'm not thinking that's what's actually going on. And the door kind of creaks open, and you see the girl kind of come out, and he's like, huzzah! And they're like, no, wait, look. And it's kind of one of those things where you see it, and then the door kind of flashes open. She's kind of got all this stuff wrapped around her. I don't know if they're tentacles. But then she just gets completely torn apart in one of the best panels I have ever seen in a comic. Brian and Carrie, holy cow, what a panel is all I can say. It's one of my absolute favorites. If I could have it as a poster or some kind of big print, please give it to me. That's all I can say. It is epic. You have to read this book and check it out. So let's move along past that, and this is what I think is the funniest part of the entire book. Of course, Haley and her brother sitting there like, you hit? No. You? No. Fury Chan, absolutely. To me, I'm okay with it. this is a complete break on the character that you have seen up to this point. And he goes, "Oh my," and he almost pukes. And it's just this complete thing where he screams in a different, in normal language and just a couple of curse words. So I'm not going to say them for the sake of we don't want to get blocked here on YouTube. But nonetheless, it's absolutely hilarious. And of course, the other two are sitting there like, it was worth it just to see that. And then, but nonetheless, he composes himself, and now we're back to normal Fury Chan. And still trying to figure out how they can get back at Hazel. Well, of course, they begin fighting this other beast, and the dolls are coming after them. So yes, it is the doll maker. Of course, here come the dolls, and they're just fighting them off, and they're like, this seems endless. Like, we're not going to win. And then Fury Chan goes, "Fear not, I have an idea." And he starts drinking, and you see Haley turn to him and go, "Is that mead?" And he looks at her, of course, mouthful. He's like, "Mm-hmm." Of course, he sprays with a lighter, and it's flames, and they burn everything up. So they've managed to win this particular part of the battle. Now it's, all right, what are they going to do? Well, they don't really have a whole heck of a lot of time. Here comes Hazel. What ensues after this is several pages of just an epic fight scene. She takes the next person from the Dead Squad, which is the guy that has the hat. I forget his name right off the top of my head, but he's got his hat. She takes him in, and of course she lifts him up. And the funny thing about Hazel is, as brutal as she is, she kind of has these corny, hilarious kind of like B movie slasher kind of vibes with some of her lines, where she's like, "You can tell that you have not missed a meal." And she, of course, she's holding him above her head, throws him down, and of course she's destroying him. That's basically what we're going to say with this, is she is destroying him. And then the book basically ends where somehow or another during this fight they figure out that she has some kind of weakness. And she kind of disappears for a second, and then they all fall down this little chasm, and it's this big epic ending panel where basically it looks like they're down in the reaches of hell, is where book 3 ends. So, like I said, with issue 2 being just absolutely one of the best things I've ever read of all time, single issue, graphic novel whatsoever, this issue had so much for me to follow up on, which may not have been fair, because you can't expect everything to be quite like that. But it lived up to the expectation. It lived up to the hype. Like I said, this series for me has just been an absolute pleasure to read. I have so much fun with it. I laugh a lot while I'm reading this, but there are a lot of panels where the art just makes me go, "Oh my God, how brutal." But speaking of, the first 2 issues were the original team that did most of Pocus Hocus Volume 1, and then issues 1 and 2 were, the normal art team of Brian Belando and Jason Smith on colors. Unfortunately, this book, Jason was not on it. Jason unfortunately passed away, which if you look at an unboxing we did for Grandma Chainsaw 2, we talked about that. We all dearly miss Jason. But this book was for Jason. So all I can say is the art was absolutely amazing. They have Carrie Salveo, I believe, came in and did colors. If I got your name wrong, Carrie, please tell me. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to make sure I get it right. She came in and did colors on this with Brian, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm an instant fan of Carrie. I've seen her on several other books since this one, and not only is she a great colorist, she's a great artist in general. When Jay, I'm sure in the opening portion you saw, she did a cover, and it was stunning. I mean, absolutely stunning. And I've seen her do other pages with a few other people now, and I'm looking forward to seeing much more of her work. But yeah, this book is every bit of a visual spectacle as much as it is the story is so good. It's gonna be one of those where this is gonna be a tough book to beat for my number 1 for a good while, I think. But yeah, so I realized I jumped around a little bit. and it was, you know, a little more of an outline because I really do. I want you to check out this series as a whole. Alan and them, they are back with Bad Bugs, so be sure to keep an eye on Bad Bugs' website as it updates. I'm sure Grandma Chainsaw issues 1 and 2 will be on there. 3 will definitely come, so you get yourself caught up. If not, I believe 4 will be coming to Kickstarter later this year so that they can finish off this story. So if any of this sounds great to you and you aren't able to get it from Bad Bug before then, back that campaign and get the entire run. I 100% would recommend it. I know Jay will. Pretty much everybody I know that's read this would. So I'm going to let everybody get back to Jay. Let him take us out of here. Let you know what's coming up on the channel. Also, just a real quick shout out to Jay. Dude, kudos. His Deadpool reaction video did amazing. We put it out, you know, in long form. We did a short. The short, just kudos. Jay basically broke barriers on our channel that we've never had. So super happy to see that we've been getting that kind of support. So thank you to everybody. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of your hair. Please stay safe. Let's get back to Jay.
And there you have it, folks. Another amazing review from Sean. And you know, he talks about my short. He actually did a short. We had a really awesome week a week or two ago, where yes, my short was the first one to hit 2.2 thousand views. His Fantastic Four hit 2.4. All right, we're super happy. It's a team effort. You know, I can't do this without inspiration from Jenna, from Sean, and for all our creative friends who, if you weren't in this business, I'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you for that. So yeah, that was Grandma Chainsaw 3. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to always like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Got something really big coming. We can't talk about it, but it's a really brand new thing for us. Also, please watch the shorts. They're pretty good. Been starting to get better at those. Trying to start reaction videos too. I'm not the best reactor because I don't like talking over, but hopefully I get better at doing those as well. We're gonna try to branch out into things that we're doing in the comic and pop culture world. Hopefully you hang around for that. Until then, I'll see you next time. Later.